For most of the 20th century, every car on Earth was pumping lead into the air. Every city, every breath. The people who knew said nothing. Millions died. In the early 1900s, America is moving faster than ever before. Ford, Chevrolet, General Motors. The automobile isn't just a machine anymore. It's becoming a way of life. Cars are everywhere. New roads, new factories, new fortunes, and the industry is exploding. But there's a problem. A sound. A sharp, metallic knocking coming from inside the engine. That knocking sound? That's not normal. That's the fuel detonating too early, before the piston is ready. Power loss, wasted energy, engine damage. For the engineers of that era, this is the problem, the one that needs to be solved. Enter Thomas Midgley Jr., a young engineer at General Motors, the kind of man who loved impossible problems. Curious, ambitious, relentlessly practical. General Motors gives him a single task: fix the knock. It sounds simple. It isn't. For years, Midgley tested one compound after another, hundreds of possibilities. Most failed. Some worked, but they were too expensive. Others were impossible to manufacture at scale. The perfect solution seemed just out of reach. Then, December 9th, 1921, he found something. Something astonishing. A few drops of a compound called tetraethyl lead. The engine started. The engineers listened. And then, nothing. The knocking was gone. The engine ran smoother, quieter, better. To General Motors, it looked like a breakthrough. To the automobile industry, it looked like the answer. To Midgley, it looked like success. He thought he was about to solve a problem. In reality, he was about to change the world. 1924, New York City, a public demonstration. Thomas Midgley steps forward. He picks up a flask of tetraethyl lead and slowly washes his hands with it. "Perfectly safe," he says. The room applauds. What the room doesn't know is that Midgley had already been quietly treated for symptoms consistent with lead poisoning. He knew enough to be careful. But in the factories, workers were trembling, hallucinating, dying. So what did the industry do? They renamed the product, not leaded gasoline, ethyl. A clean name, a friendly name, a name with no warning attached. Because lead sounds dangerous, and dangerous things don't sell. The product stayed on the market for 50 more years. Think about what's happening now. Every car, every city, every day. Lead going into the engine and coming out the exhaust. Into the air, into the soil, into the water, into homes, into children. No explosion, no disaster, no single moment you could point to. Just a slow, invisible contamination of entire populations. One man noticed. A geochemist named Clair Patterson. In the 1950s, he was trying to calculate the age of the Earth, routine work. But his samples kept coming back contaminated, lead everywhere, in concentrations that made no sense. Patterson realized something that should have alarmed everyone. The amount of lead in human blood had increased dramatically since the introduction of leaded gasoline. This wasn't natural. This was us. So he published his findings. The industry responded immediately. They attacked his credibility, pulled his funding, had him removed from government committees. For decades, one man fought an entire industry. And while that fight was happening, researchers were finding something else. Lead exposure, even at low levels, was measurably reducing IQ across entire populations. Not in one person, not in one city, in everyone. The damage was already done. Most people never knew it happened.
Patterson didn't give up. For 20 years, he pushed. And slowly, the science became impossible to ignore. In 1970, the United States passed the Clean Air Act. In 1976, the phase-out began. Country by country, decade by decade, the world started letting go of leaded gasoline. It took time, too much time. The last country in the world phased out leaded gasoline in 2021, nearly 100 years after Midgley's discovery. Researchers have since tried to calculate what that century actually cost. The numbers are difficult to look at. Half the world's population alive today was exposed to harmful levels of lead during childhood. The cognitive damage is permanent. And the deaths. Researchers estimate lead exposure still causes more than 1 million deaths every year. Not back then. Now. Thomas Midgley solved the problem he was asked to solve. Engines became quieter, cars became better, the world moved forward. He never saw what it cost. The question was never whether the solution worked. It did. The question was what else it was doing. What happens when a solution spreads faster than our understanding of it? What happens when success becomes proof of safety? For decades, lead was everywhere, and most people never knew. No explosion, no disaster, no single moment anyone could point to. Just consequences, arriving slowly. By the time the science became impossible to ignore, the damage had already been done. The most dangerous technologies are not always the ones that fail. Sometimes, they're the ones that work exactly as intended. And that's why paying attention matters.